Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be a weekly reading focusing on the energy surrounding us during the week of June 25th through July 1st, 2018. For the reading, I will be using the Good Tarot by Colette Baron-Reid, and I will pull one additional oracle card from the Soul's Journey lesson card deck by James van Praagh. As I usually like to remind you, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, you can connect with me using the Instantgo app on your cell phone. Just need to download the app, and then once you do, just search me up, Changing Phases Tarot, and you can connect with me that way. Another way to connect with me is by email, changingphasestarot@gmail.com, or you can take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. On the site, you'll find information about the types of readings that I offer, as well as pricing for the readings. And another quick announcement, this week we do have the full moon happening. It's the full moon in Capricorn, or the full strawberry moon, happening from the 27th through the 28th. It's sort of early in the morning, around 4 or 5 in the morning on the 28th. So I do usually a full moon spread for the full moon, so be looking out for that. I'll be posting that, as well as the full moon giveaway, right? At each full moon, I like to do a free tarot reading giveaway with me, so watch out for that video to find out how you can get entered into the drawing for a free reading with me. Oh, and July monthlies. Sorry, lots of messages. The July monthlies, the general readings for each of the signs, they will be coming out this week as well, because we do have, this week goes through July 1st, so by the end of the week, those will all be posted as well. All right, so let's get started. Enough messages. So we're looking for the energy surrounding us during the week of June 25th through July 1st, 2018. I have been meditating and shuffling off camera, but I'll give the deck a few more shuffles. Spirit, what do we need to know? What are the energies surrounding us during the week of June 25th through July 1st, 2018? What are the messages for the week of June 25th through July 1st? What do we need to know? What are the energies surrounding us during the week of June 25th through July 1st. Okay, divide the deck into 3. And we have in the past position, so the energy as we head into this new week, we have the Chariot. This is Major Arcana number 7. In the present position, we have the 7 of Air. That would be the 7 of Swords in the traditional tarot deck. And the outbound energy, beautiful. The 2 of Water, 2 of Cups. And the card from the bottom of the deck, 6 of Water, or 6 of Cups. Okay. All right. And one additional oracle card. Spirit, one additional message for the week of June 25th through July 1st. 2018. What do we need to know? Okay, that one flipped over. We have fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. And the colors on this card we have is a very pale sort of yellow is the overall color. And then we have red and some beautiful purples. Okay, so fear. And we'll see how this ties in with our reading. Okay. So starting off with the Chariot card in the past position. The Chariot card, usually we think of it as being, it's a card of success. It's a card of victory, of forward movement, of, sort of can even be movement, physical movement, so moving across land. But it's very quick, sort of fast-paced energy, the Chariot. And it is a major arcana card, right? And usually we see, we have the light and the dark energies. We see that here as well with the light and dark, right? Horses. And we have the woman, and she's, it looks as if she's hardly even holding the reins there, right? She's just holding on very loosely to the reins, but she doesn't need to, because she's very much in control of this Chariot, right? She's very much in control of where she's heading. It's a card of great self-confidence as well, in order to achieve or reach whatever the victory is. The person, in this case, we have the woman here on the card, she's very self-confident. She's very much in control. She knows that she's able to reach whatever that goal is, right? She's the one guiding the Chariot. She's the one heading in that direction. So she's holding the reins, and, she's in control of her life and kind of heading where she wants to go here. If there's been some type of, challenge in the past, everybody has, it's not all victory, but she understands that she's faced a lot in the past, but she's overcome that. So this victory that she's sort of heading towards, it can be her heading towards victory, but it can also be the victory of having overcome something, having overcome obstacles or something difficult that have been very essential to her growth, as a person, as a, if this is within her career, as somebody within that company, or, as a person in general. And we have 2 sevens. We have the 7 with the Chariot, and then sitting next to it, we have the 7 of air. So the suit of air, or swords, it deals with our thoughts. It's, it's the suit of the mind, cerebral energy. It has to do with, it's where we set our intentions, right? The suit of air, as you think, so you shall become, right? That's why it's very important to keep your thoughts always, positive. Try to maintain a positive outlook on things. Try not to allow negative thoughts to kind of overtake, because, when we plant positive seeds, positive thoughts, we can expect positive things to grow out of them. If we plant negative thoughts, or fear, even we have this card fear here. If we plant those types of, negative thoughts or fear-based thoughts, then it's very hard to get a positive outcome, or positive, or something positive to grow out of that, right? So it's very important what we think, the way that we think, and then the results of that thinking, and where those thoughts can take us as well, can lead us. Now, the 7 of air is a card that usually we think of it as, yes, it has to do with, it can be conflict, right? But it's also a card of, especially in this particular deck, of not conforming, right? And I know that this sort of the interpretation that this Good Tarot deck gives of this card is slightly different. In the traditional tarot, the 7 of Swords, it's not a great card. It's a card that we usually associate with deception. It's a card of even acting, hastily or carelessly, or careless, or planning in a careless way. It can have to do with even, sort of deception, but even worse than that. Somebody sort of deceiving you, but then acting very underhanded, and because of that, you might feel defeated, or you might feel betrayed. And so then you might consider kind of, it's best that I just cut my losses and move on, So typically that's what we think of the 7 of Swords as. Now, in this deck, it does have a slightly different meaning, because it focuses more on non-conformity, right? Of being independent, of living life on your own terms, which, I do, and I feel that sitting next to the Chariot card, which is so much about being in control. And it's, it's very powerful. And, she's very much in charge of the situation, kind of heading towards where she's going. And then we have this fear, right? This fear oracle card together with this fear kind of the Seven of Air. And there might be some type of fear of, of living life kind of on your own terms, without thinking that you need to please other people. So, this card sitting in the present, it might be, more of a kind of guidance, really telling you to, now is a time to live life on your own terms. You need to, obviously, you need to be strong-willed. You need to be courageous in order to do that. And it's not always easy to do that. A lot of people have a hard time breaking free from, for example, a kind of a group mentality, this group think, always needing to go along with, what others think or how they act or what they believe. And it's not always easy to be that individual, to really be true to yourself and stand up and say, it's okay. It's okay to live life on my own terms. I don't need to please everyone. I need to be at peace with myself. I need to, please myself in the sense that I believe that the way that I'm acting is the right way, and I'm not doing anything to harm other people. Everything that I do is, is because I think it is the right thing to do, and then just having the courage to really, kind of reject the need to conform, and and just living life kind of on your own terms. Now we have as the outbound energy the Two of Water, which is, it can be a very deep soulmate type of, relationship connection with another individual. The Two of Water or Two of Cups is the minor arcana version of the Lover's card. So it is the soulmate card, that deep connection. It can be, right? It doesn't always have to be romantic in nature, but the Suit of Water or Cups, it has to do with our feelings. It has to do with our relationships, our emotions. It's how we interact with other people, how our emotions kind of push us through life. So it's, it's our feelings moving things along. And this Two of Water, again, it can be, a very deep romantic connection with another person, that sort of soulmate, that harmonious, seeing yourself in the other person, this lasting, loving, heart connection with another person. It could be you partnering with somebody. If this isn't romantic in nature, it could be you partnering up with somebody, who is very much in tune with you, in harmony with you. And then together you are working on something else. You're working with a common objective, a common goal, and you're very much in tune with each other. And you have this Six of Water, so more water energy here as the overall energy for the week. And the Six of Water can have to do with, sometimes it's even past life connections. And it's interesting because, with the Two of Water, the soulmate card, many times, the soulmate connection, it can be a past life connection as well with another individual, that sort of soul contract that you have with somebody that it's made before you incarnate here, right, in this earthly realm. And it's, it's very karmic in nature. It can be, and a lot of times when soulmates come into our lives, which is why I say that it doesn't have to be romantic. I mean, a soulmate doesn't necessarily have to be, that romantic partner. It can be just a very, a deep friendship. That you can have a friend who is a soulmate, could be even a partner. We have many soulmates in our lives, and not all of them are romantic, but sometimes they come in to teach us lessons. Other times it's us teaching them lessons. The card, the Six of Water, going back to the Six of Water, it can also have to do with, the past. It's sort of nostalgia, looking back on the past. It's memories, thinking about the past, yearning even for the past. yearning for the good old days, whatever the good old days are for you. If this is you thinking back on a relationship, it's maybe you're sort of reflecting on, past relationships. Maybe you're reflecting on past jobs. Could be, thinking about your childhood. Sometimes when this card appears, it can have to do with, returning, going back to your childhood home, reconnecting with people from your past. It can be going back, maybe you're visiting a place where you used to live when you were a child and you're reconnecting with old friends, family members, from that place. But for whatever reason, there's something here that might be something happening during the week, with this is the overall energy, where you're being kind of triggered to think about the past. You're remembering the past, these memories, which is, it's always good to have memories, obviously, when you have good memories and thinking back on nice times, nice relationships. But it's also important to keep everything in perspective, because a lot of times, when we think back on things from the past, relationships from the past, oftentimes we run the risk of doing so with rose-colored glasses on, and sort of looking at everything as being rosy and just so much better than it actually maybe was at the time. So, just be careful with that. Now, with this is the overall energy and sort of looking or trying to tie everything together here, there could be with the Chariot, although, it does appear in the past position, but, with these weekly readings, sometimes the energies kind of, they blend into the cards blend into each other. This might, be starting off this week, but it might not actually, if this is a traveling to maybe somewhere from your past, it might not happen for, a couple of weeks, but it's something that's either you're beginning to think about it this week, or it could be beginning this week. So with the Chariot and the Six of Water, there could be travel possibly back to a childhood home, or, reconnecting with people, like actually traveling across land here to reconnect with people from your past, or going back to somewhere that you used to live. For others, there could be thinking back, thinking back on things that you have overcome, right? The obstacles that you've been able to overcome. You could be facing, the Seven of Air with the Six of Water. There might be somebody from the past, or, a relationship from the past that maybe, you feel that they acted very unfairly. They tried to trick you, or they sort of walked out in the middle of the night and left you there standing thinking, well, what just happened, But again, it's you needing to, again, be that authentic version of yourself here, and if any of that happened, okay, it's never easy to go through something like that, but memories need, it needs to stay in the past. You're not here now, right? You have moved on. You've had the Chariot. You've overcome this. So this could just be you, reflecting on that, thinking back on this. And then this Two of Water, there could be a very, sort of a karmic connection here. There could be a soulmate connection. There could even be, with this Two of Water in the outbound position, there could be a soulmate or past life relationship coming in towards the end of the week. If you're already involved with this person, then there could be, possibly a deepening of this relationship with this person coming in, or, if you have already met them, a deepening of this relationship as the week progresses. And it could be a very karmic type of relationship, a soulmate, a soul contract. Now let's take a look at this Fear card. Let me get my guidebook. I like to read the full meaning for the oracle cards. Let me find it here, one second. So we have Fear. It says, the outcome of all choices in life is determined by two emotions, fear and love. Your soul is made of the energy of love, and fear is an earthly manifestation of a challenge. To embrace and wallow in fear is to go against your very being. Fear, in its many guises, is the obstacle that your soul uses to test its tenacity to stay on track. For a soul, human life can be very difficult, but acknowledging that your soul's true nature is love will always help you on your path. When fear rears its ugly head, it is really an opportunity for you to stare it in the eye and turn that doubt into trust. View it as a teacher. What lesson are you learning from these fearful emotions? The more you use the energy of love to diffuse fearful situations, the less often they will present themselves. And yeah, I think that does definitely, you know, I mean, I was really picking up these two cards very much kind of connected, you know, this fear with the Seven of Air, and just understanding that, you know, whatever these obstacles were, or if there was some, you know, if there was something that was a challenge, you know, you have overcome that, right? And you need to realize that it happened for a reason, you know. You don't need to allow fear to kind of overtake, right? Focus on the love, and we have this beautiful energy of love here with this Two of Water, right? And the Six of Water, more sort of relationship, loving, emotional type energy. So definitely focus on, if there's anything, you know, if this is something that you're still kind of working through, you know, with the Chariot sitting next to it. Maybe you're in the process of overcoming this obstacle. Just focus on, you know, focus on the positive. Maybe this, you know, with this person, this Two of Water, that this person will help you, you know, with love, get through whatever this is. But there's a definite message here to, you know, to release fear. If there was an obstacle, if there was something very difficult that happened, to, you know, to kind of gain the lesson, but leave it, you know, leave it in the past, and then be true to yourself, you know, and be that authentic version of yourself, which isn't always easy, right? But by releasing fear and releasing, you know, whatever that is attached here with the Seven of Air, and focusing on the love with this Two of Water, you know, it might be definitely this sort of karmic past life type connection here. That's what's going to help you kind of push forward and move past this fear. So I do hope that the messages have helped you. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful week. Bye for now.